three pictures that I like very much. That's the number 15, 16, and the 20. After that you made the choice of in your contact sheet, you go to dark room and you print all your choice. This is all work prints. This is all full of work prints, and here I believe that I have more than 100,000 work prints here inside these things. And the first choice that I did in this small series that is the same situation is a chariot going out of a mine in the end of the day, because families in India, they come to work together in the mine, and they bring a small chariot with food. The first choice that I made, I get this picture. I have a very, very beautiful light going on, the composition is nice, it was, tell the story. But after working a little bit more, we saw that these two pictures were very, very, very strong. Because, do you know, the moment to edit for the book, I get two persons to add us in the editing. Plus then Leila and Jimmy Fox was Robert Del Pier and Michael Rand from the London Sunday Times. And after that we looked together, all the set of pictures, we are concluded that these two pictures were the most strong. And after working more, we finalized with this one.
Why do you prefer this one over that one eventually? Is it possible?
Well, there is a point, for example, this picture is a little bit double interpretation. For example, in this moment, I have this kid that turned back and looked to me and is smiling, but is smiling in a way that, for me personally, when he hit me, he looked very provocative. He looks more like Bevel than other thing, and I prefer this one because he's moving in front, he has fantastic movement, all the legs have the movement.
I never have fights with Sebastiao on editing. Sometimes with photographers, you know, they get emotionally involved of what pictures they want, and you have to be kind of... I always sit there as if I'm someone, you know, in Japan, and I don't know the man, and I don't know the pictures, and I'm just the reader of the magazine, and I turn the pages, and I want to get the most out of the pictures. Personally, I prefer the other one because I was kind of drawn a bit back, you know, and they were kind of more in the environment. Visually, you center obviously on the child. The picture had this aspect of what was the child's future in 30 years' time? Or would the child have died from malnutrition? I mean, it doesn't look like it would, but perhaps, you know, they will have abolished the work and the child will no longer be there.
Aqui, depois desse aqui, ó, desse homem de óculos aqui, ó, antes dessa.
Oh, o menino.
É o menino.
A menina.
Menina, essa menina bota aqui. Ela
Tá,
aqui.
então tira pra ele. Ah, você colocaria aqui.
Eu colocaria aqui. No meio, entre esse e essa.
Ah, deixa que eu pego. Allô?
Et nous avons commencé à vraiment nous intéresser par la photographie très tôt, ici à Paris, avec des amis, un ami qui vraiment travaillait la photo et qui aimait beaucoup. Et nous avons commencé à voir la photo. Et par mes études en architecture, j'ai donc prendre des photos des immeubles, et je me suis acheté un appareil. Et Sébastien, bien sûr, il a pris l'appareil pour voir, il a tellement aimé que, voilà, il a gardé l'appareil.
D'accord, impeccable. Écoute, il part à 8h05 de Paris.
D'abord, avec l'appareil, il a fait ce que tout le monde fait avec un appareil. Enfin, les proches. Et ça se trouve que les proches, c'était moi. Oui, il m'a beaucoup pris en photo. Et cette semaine, j'ai vu les slides qu'on avait fait à l'époque avec les enfants. Et ça, vraiment, sa première photo, c'était une photo de moi sur une fenêtre et déjà à contre-jour. Ça, c'est vraiment très intéressant. Et bon, et après, il a continué à prendre des photos de tout ce qu'il voyait, tout ce qui l'intéressait. Et il a continué à chaque fois à ouvrir son champ.
Et même si j'ai commencé à faire la photo très tard et que c'était une façon de me communiquer avec les restants des gens, n'est-ce pas, du monde, soit communiquer à travers l'approximation d'un groupement humain. Vous savez, on ne réalise pas des photos ce genre de photos au moins, des photos sociales, des photos humaines, dans l'espoir de faire de belles œuvres artistiques individuelles. On présente des séquences d'images. Dans l'exposition, il y a beaucoup de textes, on a 25 grands panneaux de textes. Dans les livres, chacune des histoires présentées, elle est racontée d'une façon journalistique.
I'm just bleaching little parts to give more light and some details, like the faces and little flowers and the dresses. And after I have to fix again to conserve the print.
Les dernières photos du livre, donc la dernière histoire, c'est un hommage aux femmes. Et comme elles sont vraiment des femmes fortes qui travaillent avec des choses où ça dépend beaucoup des forces physiques. Et en plus de ça, magnifique, très très belle. Mais là aussi, c'est incroyable de travailler si belle, si bien habillée et si pleine de bijoux. Comme on disait tout à l'heure, nous, on ne penserait jamais. Mais c'est vraiment très très joli. Et là, bon, c'est une belle photo, une bonne composition. Là, on voit son mouvement. Il a tout l'espace elle a tout l'espace pour faire ce mouvement. Si on coupe ça, on n'a rien. Mais de toute façon, lorsqu'on voit l'image entière, bon, elle fait un grand mouvement. Donc, elle a besoin d'espace pour faire ces grands mouvements. Et l'espace, il est là. Je suis sûre que c'était des hommes que transportaient tous ces tuyaux. Ils n'allaient pas transporter comme ça. Ici, il y a une logique elle est vraiment difficile à comprendre. Là, celui-là, vous voyez, c'est très... il y a une qui va là, l'autre là, et celui-là, ça se croise. Et ça fait vraiment presque un ballet, non? Les femmes qui dansent avec des choses à la main. C'est vraiment très beau. Bon, après, à l'intérieur du canal, c'est une image très graphique. Et elle doit porter quelque chose de très lourd, parce qu'on sent qu'elle fait de la force. Et bah, il y avait tous les briques. Tout d'un coup, on passe, c'est toujours les briques, mais là, il y a déjà une scène complètement au repos, une femme qui est avec son bébé. À mon avis, ça passe très bien de l'une à l'autre. Et après, comme il s'agit d'une histoire sur la construction d'un canal, voilà, il y a les canals et il y a déjà les bienfaits du canal, toute la végétation qui commence déjà à prendre les déserts. Bon, et toujours ces ballets des femmes qui travaillent au fond.
Je suis venu à Vittoria en 1960 pour faire la deuxième partie des cours secondaires. J'ai fini ça, j'ai rentré à l'université, j'ai fait mon université à Vittoria où j'ai connu l'Elia. Et Vittoria, c'est un port d'exportation de minerais de fer, de beaucoup de marchandises que j'ai regardé. C'était un port ouvert, qu'on pouvait regarder les bateaux qui venaient, qui se mettaient, qui traversaient. Et à force de venir dans ce port, j'ai repéré énormément de bateaux que je les reconnaissais quand ils revenaient. Parce qu'à la fin, c'est des bateaux qui faisaient la liaison entre ces ports et l'Europe, entre ces ports et le Japon, qui amenaient des minéraux de fer, qui amenaient des cafés ou d'autres produits. Et ça te donnait une fantastique idée du monde, de l'humanité, des liaisons entre, par les produits, n'est-ce pas, par les bateaux, entre certains groupes humains avec d'autres groupes humains de l'autre côté, liés par ces marins qui allaient et venaient, liés par ces bateaux qui allaient et venaient. Et là, ça permettait de voyager, d'avoir une idée d'un monde tellement vaste, à la fin tellement unitaire et tellement parfait dans ces pièces qui composaient toute une logique de fonctionnement d'une planète. A ship come from inside a coal mine, come from inside a iron mine. This come transported by ships, normally to the steel plant where all these elements are put together, and all this is transformed into steel, normal flat steel, that go to the shipyards, and these men link all this flat steel. At this point, they are very close to the people that work in coal mines, and sometimes in iron mines. Because, for example, the disease that you have from a coal mine is the silicosis, is the heavy air that you respire, the elements that come from the mines and make a deposit inside the pulmon. Is the same disease that you have in shipyards. And after, slowly by slowly, you made a ship, a fabulous machine that in the beginning, when you look how you begin to do a ship, you say, what is this? What kind of thing is it that has no form? You look, the design looks logical, but looks so big. The scale is so huge that you say, it's impossible, we cannot do all this. And slowly by slowly, we built this fantastic thing. One day, we put this ship in the water, and the day that it reached the water, became a ship. And one day that go to the sea and begin to link all the societies. Transported goods produced by other men, transported things along the world, link the civilization, and one day these ships has no more function, go to a beach to die. In the end, it is not die, to be transformed, to be recycled. The disease that you get for cutting is yet the silicosis, because the air that you get from these flames cutting is very heavier. And the people have a lot of this same kind of disease cut in the ship. And this ship is be transformed again in flat steel. And in the end, the ship will be transformed in all goods that the ship transported in all his life. Will be transformed in knives, in forks, in agricultural instruments. And all this is transformed again. I wanted to provoke a small debate about the workers of the third world, because these people work, they don't receive enough money to be alive.
जहाज पर जो है माल गिरता है ऊपर से, तो उसी में अचानक कोई पड़ गया, वायर टूट गया। अगले साल ऐसा हुआ कि वो बोले और उसको ऐसा पिटाई किया, गधे पर चढ़ा के, माथा मुड़ा के, चंदन टीका लगा के पूरे रोड पर यहाँ वहाँ घुमा दी। उस दिन से तो और बोलना ही छोड़ दिया आदमी। क्यों बोलेगा भाई?
I've got it here, sorry. We're not going to be in a... Right, it's RS Industries, Bombay. I think we did one to them about 6 months ago. Yeah. And they were okay. Right, it's 233. I'd try and get back around 240. He reckons there's about another $3 there. I don't know if you can squeeze them anymore.
The financement of this huge investment of modernization of our society, the money for do this came by the work of all universe, all humanity. Came a lot by the transfer of revenue from one side of the world to the other. When you see, for example, the coffee production, tea in Africa, I was working a sulfur mine in Indonesia. In 1984, workers were made in about $6.20 a day, American dollars a day. And when I shut my store in 1991, the workers were made $3.50 a day. That means they lose close to 50% of their power to buy things in comparison of the outside of the world. They probably become close to 50% much poorer. We built a society that produces big amount of goods for consumption, but we are reducing the number of consumers in the world because we pay them less in the third world or in our side of the world because we become so modern that we create a huge unemployment. And that's a small contradiction that we are living in our time, in our story, that we must work it out. Because if you don't work it out, I believe that we can be in some trouble, and I hope that we can work it out.
O cacau caiu, que há 6 anos atrás o preço do cacau era 3.500, 4.000 dólares. Hoje está 1.090 dólares a tonelada, né? Então, com isso, com o baixo preço, entendeu? Não cobre os custos do cacau. As roças estão maltratadas, né? Entendeu? A gente está passando uma crise, uma dificuldade muito grande, entendeu? Em relação à cultura do cacau, né? É uma cultura hoje que é praticamente inviável. A situação do trabalhador é a pior, que é o que sofre mais é o trabalhador rural, entendeu? Porque ganha um salário mínimo, que é uma porcaria, é um insignificante, né? Eu não sei nem como é que eles conseguem sobreviver.
Vida cansada aí, cara, só trabalhando, noite, dias aí. Sabe como é que é, né? Tem que trabalhar mesmo, né?
Manuel, o que você vê pro futuro das suas crianças? Você queria que os meninos também trabalhassem no cacau?
Acho que não, eu queria que Deus me ajudasse, que depois eles estudar aí e ver se eles conseguem outra coisa, né? Cacau não dá quase pra viver, né? Serviço muito devagar, né?
O que você está pensando em botar eles na escola? O que você queria que eles fizessem?
Estudar, né? Estudar para ver que quando tiver grande ganha um emprego melhor, né? Continuar, porque eu já acostumei, né? Eu gosto um pouco de trabalhar no cacau.
E vocês comem chocolate aqui ou não?
É difícil. Difícil a gente comer um chocolatezinho.
Cheguemos pra plantar cacau, gente, em uma noite de Natal. Veja enquanto a vida no sul é boa, a gente trabalha, porém ninguém aqui vive à toa. Plantando cacau, nada faz mal, porque entende a gente normal. Vocês não sabem que a vida é boa pra quem vive normal. Cheguei aqui agora, só para plantar cacau. Porém desligo comigo, é um castigo, eu não esqueço que passa contigo. Porém entenda agora, nada faz mal, a vida é real, quem vive plantando cacau. A vida é